Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome into the show. Yet another episode of Crushing Fantasy Football. I am Bryce Lockridge, your host of the show. All right, guys, today we are going to be talking about Justin Herbert. Now, I felt like it was really important to do this video because, you see this guy going in underdog drafts as the quarterback 7, right? And, I get it. He finishes last year's quarterback 11, but I have very good reason to believe that this dude is going to be one of the bigger league winners in all of fantasy, and I'm going to dive into why. So, without any further ado, I'm going to get into my Justin Herbert analytics here and talk about why he is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in fantasy this season. I first want to point out that if you went into last season and you told everyone that Justin Herbert was going to be the quarterback 1, a lot of people would agree with you because in 2021, he was the quarterback 2. Last season, he fell off a little bit, mainly because of his rib injury and because Keenan Allen and Mike Williams were missing a significant amount of time. But if you look at last season, he was second in the league in passing yards with 4,700 passing yards, with himself being injured and having a rib fracture all season long that he was playing through, and with his two main receivers, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, missing a ton of time. So imagine how many passing yards he could have thrown if those guys were healthy all season long. Probably would have led the league in passing yards. I mean, realistically, he probably would have led the league in passing yards. If he threw for 4,700 plus passing yards with those two guys missing significant time, the dude could have thrown for 5,500 yards last year. It's totally possible. And so, you look at this offense going into this year. The addition of Quentin Johnson is going to help significantly. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams starting this season healthy. Justin Herbert with an entire offseason to recover from his rib injury, right? I think that this guy can give Pat Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence all a run for their money and potentially be the quarterback 1 in all of fantasy. I'm not saying he's going to be the quarterback 1, but he will absolutely smash his ADP. He's going in round 7 of underdog drafts right now. He's going to absolutely crush his ADP. So that is a big reason why he's going to win you your league. And another reason why he's going to win you your league is because, especially for best ball formats, when stacking is incredibly important, because we know that for best ball formats and really any league format, but especially best ball, stacking is incredibly important. You want to have those elite quarterback wide receiver stacks, and he's one of the easiest quarterbacks to stack because he has 3 awesome wide receiving options that you can stack with him. So when you do pick up Justin Herbert, there's a very, very good chance that you can get one of the 3 stud wide receivers or 2 out of the 3 stud wide receivers at a very good value in the draft and pair them up with Justin Herbert. So not only is Justin Herbert a quarterback that is going as the 7th quarterback off the board that could potentially be the quarterback 1 in all of fantasy, he's also very, very easy to stack with the elite weapons around him. And just to further reiterate why this guy finished poorly last year and is going to do way better this year, if you look at last season, he had 0 rushing touchdowns because he only carried the ball 5 times within the red zone. This is not Justin Herbert-like. This is a guy who will give you rushing touchdown upside. It's just that they were being careful with him last season because of him playing with a rib injury. If you look at 2021, he had 3 rushing touchdowns and 23 carries within the red zone. He had the 3rd most carries within the red zone in the 2021 season, where he finished as the quarterback 2. And thus provided you good rushing upside. If you look at 2020, he had 19 carries within the red zone and 5 rushing touchdowns. So this is a quarterback that will provide you rushing upside. They were just being careful with him last year because he was playing with the rib injury. They didn't want to hurt him because they know that, they can't make the playoffs without Justin Herbert, right? So they were being careful with him. His wide receivers were banged up all season long. This offense was one of the most injury-crippled offenses in the entire NFL last season, and he was still second in the league in passing yards. Imagine how good this guy's going to be when he's at full strength, and now he has 3 absolute stud wide receivers to throw the ball to. This dude's absolutely going to explode. The passing touchdowns are going to bounce back. The rushing upside is going to bounce back. He's easy to stack because there's so many stud wide receivers in this offense. He's great for best ball formats. Pair him up with these awesome wide receivers and win your league. Justin Herbert's a league winner. Grab him.